And welcome back.
To part 14.
Doesn't matter what part we're doing. Valley of the Drakes, Darkroot, and we're killing Sith.
Yeah. So
That's how we'll title this video. Valley of the Drakes, Darkroot, and killing Sith.
Yeah. We figured that if we need to mention that Sith's in it, so people know that we're doing Darkroot, like the higher level part of Darkroot, as opposed to just killing the Moonlight Butterfly, which we did earlier.
And or the Hydra.
Yeah. No, we're killing the Hydra now.
Yeah, we're taking down both the Hydra and Sith in this video.
Yeah, but Hydra's not really the boss.
Nah, Hydra's easy.
So we're going to cut through Valley of the Drakes because it's about time we went there, and I didn't want. Well, we felt that we didn't want to go into Darkroot Basin earlier on just because just the route we wanted to take, so it was more like
plus
one
Valley
film.
the way we're doing it now as well actually brings Valley of the Drakes into the game, whereas 9 times out of 10 we wouldn't have came anywhere near this during the game itself.
Yeah,
I wouldn't
from cutting through the back. I was right at the beginning.
So this is where the Witch Beatrice set will spawn after you kill the after you defeat the 4 kings. Witch Beatrice's armor set will spawn there.
Yeah,
you can go and pick it up. Nothing special about it. The staff is the exact same as the staff you get at the beginning of the game. Stat wise, look wise though, it does look a little bit better.
Yeah.
But yeah. The best staff is, oddly enough,
Logan's.
The best staff to get up until 40 intelligence is the original staff you start with, the Sorcerer's Cane.
Really?
Yeah, it's the best one up until 40. That and the Beatrice staff are both level. The Ulusil Catalyst is for under 25 intelligence.
So yeah, you can do this, by the way, which
this little ram.
a lot of people overlook. And then you to kill it,
you can
just
do fuck all about it. Just fuck it in the face.
Launch your fireballs down at him, and then he becomes literally no problem whatsoever.
But yeah, above 40 intelligence, you do want Logan's Catalyst.
You heard it here, folks.
You can take that. Honestly, you can take that as truth. Go check the wiki if you don't believe
And
me.
the Tin Banishment Catalyst is like secret third option, which is like okay if
It's
depending
actually
what you're
it's the weakest catalyst for magic adjustment other than the Ulusil one, but that doesn't scale. The Tin Banishment Catalyst is the weakest one, and that's only because it's got such a high attack damage.
doing. Even the Demon's Catalyst.
Demon's Catalyst is stronger than it, yeah.
Ah, cool.
The Tin Banishment is the weakest one. It's because it's got like 200 on its alternate attack.
Yeah.
It's heavy, where it's jab. So like if you do grab that catalyst in the beginning, you can just glide through.
I'm pretty sure we go back and get that humanity that was in there. I would be surprised if we didn't.
Yeah, because we'll grab the ring and then run back round probably. Oh no, you got the bonfire first.
Really, we don't.
Surely you got to the bonfire. Please tell me you don't skip Valley of the Drakes entirely.
Maybe we've already done it.
I don't remember doing Valley of the Drakes.
Yeah, me neither.
Wonder where the footage for that went.
Yeah. Well, that's interesting.
Shit. Oh well, I guess we're doing Darkroot.
No, because I remember picking up the armour. And I remember picking up the.
Maybe you done it on test and forgot to do it on guide.
That almost sounds like that could have.
Now you're going back.
Am I?
Yeah. You went to that bonfire?
Huh.
Alright, so you are going back. Jesus Christ, get me right for a second.
Jesus God. My heart started racing. I'm like, surely not. Surely we done everything. We done everything.
Yeah, we did do everything, don't worry. Oh yeah, it was to adjust your... jump back, refresh your pyromancies because you used them on that dragon up there.
That was it.
You don't actually know if that was it, you're just assuming that was it.
Well, we can only assume that was it.
I hate these things.
So yeah, these dragons are, in my opinion, the hardest enemies in the game. I hate fighting them. They have so much health.
Yeah, they do have a chunk of health.
Like even when you've got a really high damage weapon, you still take so much hits. They're not even weak to anything. Like,
Nah, they're not.
it's really not even worth your time fighting them because they only give you 1,000 souls, and they sometimes might drop a fucking dragon scale.
Yeah, that is pretty slim odds on that.
Yeah.
I mean, how many scales does the game? How many dragon scales does the game give you in total without joining the Covenant?
It's about 9.
About 9. So about not enough to get your +5 dragon weapon.
Yeah.
You need 10.
There is 1 dragon scale from
humanity.
Right, you get 3 from the Hydras, 2 from the undead dragons, 1 in the box, and then you get 1, 2, and okay, so there's 7.
7. So 3 less than what you actually need to get yourself a +5 dragon sword.
Yeah.
Well, that's awful, isn't it?
So you need to farm dragon scales from the Dragon Covenant or from these guys.
Both are just as likely as each other, really.
Yeah, the Dragon Covenant basic, but we'll cover that in the Covenant guide. Because obviously we need to do the Covenant guide to show you all the Covenant items, which we don't show you in this guide, because this guide shows you literally every other item other than the Covenant stuff, because we can't join every Covenant in one playthrough without fucking everything up or taking way too fucking long.
Right, so on this bridge is the bandit set.
And the 3rd spider shield of the game.
Yep.
You can just run past these dragons, they don't really do much. Well, you do if they hit you, but they're not going to hit you because you're better than that at this point.
Yeah, you should have your run down by this point.
So up here is the red tearstone ring. Basically, if you're like 20% HP, you get like a 60% damage bonus. So
yep.
It's favoured by Dark Souls speedrunners, especially.
Yeah, because it does give you like 40%.
Or people that are ballsy and want to completely destroy Ornstein Smoke.
Yeah.
But
that combined with Power Within, though, you do a ton of damage.
So if you just stay up here, eventually the dragons de-aggro, and then if you jump off... Now, you can't just jump off here at any given point, you need to jump off where we fucking show you to jump off.
Yeah, it's the only way you can land with
jump off at the door side, not the ladder side. Because if you jump off the ladder side, you die, but if you jump off the door side, it's just high enough that you don't die for some reason. So.
Yeah, and you've got enough time to bolt out of there and hopefully make it back to the bonfire.
As you should see.
So you just want to walk off, you'll take that, and then you want to get out of there.
And just start rolling.
And then bolt.
So yeah, you got the humanity that was up there, you got the tearstone ring, you got the bandit set, that is everything from Valley and the Drakes.
It
done.
Is literally, that is it. There is no other reason to go through this area.
And that big door is actually in New Londo. That is the you can open up a shortcut from New Londo to here, but I have literally never used it. There's never been a time when I've went, I need to go to New Londo from Valley of the Drakes, because you need to go to Valley of the Drakes via Firelink, but you need to go to New Londo via Firelink. So why the fuck will I need to go to Valley of the Drakes via New Londo? Doesn't make any sense.
Well, yeah, you've got a point there, but I think what you're forgetting is there is never any reason at all to go through Valley of the Drakes other than Blighttown.
Or if you want to come this way.
Blighttown. Don't even bother going this way. You may as well just go up through Firelink and run through the Undead Parish.
I mean, yeah, but the reason why we came this way is we wanted to show you how everything's actually connected.
Yeah, that's why we've left getting the Grasscrest shield to this long, because we wanted to get it from this side. We wanted to do this side of the basin, going through Valley of the Drakes, keeps it all linked together.
Yeah, because we didn't want to backtrack into the... Like, we didn't want to go in through the parish way and then come all the way down and shit, so... Because we wanted to show off Valley of the Drakes, and this was like the best way of doing it, really. Yeah,
and if you guys took our advice from the last video, getting your Pyromancy Flame ranked up as much as possible, then you might fare a little bit better than we do. I don't believe our Pyromancy Flame is max rank at this point.
Oh no, it wouldn't be.
We've done the farming after this.
Yeah, after this video, that is when we ended up farming up. So you should probably have.
If you farmed before going through these areas, then you're going to be in a much better situation than we were for taking on the Hydra and for taking on Sith.
So what I'm showing you right now is how to get in here via the other way.
Yeah.
So there's 3 ways of getting
Crystal Lizards.
Now you may want, like, if you are doing this early on, you may want to actually come here. Which we should have done really is popped in here when we were going to Darkroot Garden and grabbed the lizard. So we should probably have done that, but it didn't really matter because we got our weapon anyway.
We got our lizard at the Taurus Demon anyway, so we're fine.
Yeah, but it's still the chance of that extra Titanite chunk is always handy. But yeah, as you can see here, this leads to,
Darkroot Gardens.
and down there is the parish, and back the way leads to the bit where you get the wolf ring and stuff.
Yeah,
You should
Moonlight
recognise it.
Butterfly, etc, etc.
So yeah, really, if you're at Darkroot Garden doing the butterfly, you should come down here and get the lizard. But anyway, so what we're going to do is we're going to go down here, and then we're going to show you the next way of getting into Darkroot Basin,
Yep, the back way.
which is how to get into Darkroot Basin via near the Taurus Demon in Undeadburg. So there is that way, but you need the Watchtower key, which you get. Where do you get the Watchtower key? Oh, you get the Watchtower key at the Moonlight Butterfly.
Yeah.
So obviously you need to do the Moonlight Butterfly to do this. So
So
yeah.
that was the
Hunter set.
hunter set, yeah. A longbow, some arrows, and oddly enough, the hunter set doesn't have a helmet. It's supposed to be Faris's hat, but that's on one of the phantoms up at what's her name? The Cat Covenant, Alvina.
That's it.
Yeah, one of Alvina's.
So once you've done the
Protectors,
Moonlight
has it?
Butterfly and you've got the key, you can come this way and you can open up the Watchtower key, which will then lead you to Undeadburg. Now behind
and
here
Havel.
is Havel, or what we like to believe is Havel. It might not be Havel, but there's more evidence suggesting that it is than it isn't. But he, at the beginning of the game, this guy will fuck you up, but
At this point, he's not really much of an issue. Just make sure he doesn't hit you.
he's so slow that you can just backstab him
Yeah.
so easily and dodge his attacks.
Just if he does hit you, then make sure you wear blocking because he can hit you rather hard.
Yeah.
And that's his ring. Havel's ring. Increase your equipment burden by 50%. What that means is, if your max equipment threshold is 100, you're now sitting at 150
So
instead.
that,
So it
that
gives you
means
an extra half of your
if you,
equipment
if you
carry
needed
weight.
25, so if you needed 25, if your equipment was 100 and you needed 25 to fast roll, now you would need, it's like 40 something, I don't know, 36, something like that. But yeah, here we are. We are now in Undeadburg. Now at this point we are going to go and get the blue Tearstone ring, which we forgot
Yeah.
right at the beginning.
That is cool because these guys don't respawn. The Black Knights don't respawn around here. So.
Yeah, it was actually so irritating because we were like, oh right, okay, we've got a great strategy of getting the Black Knight killed, and then we forgot to get the fucking ring. But we did point it out in the video, so that's the main thing.
Yeah, we did forget to grab it, but we've got it now, and it's a ring that I have never used.
Yeah, it's really it's totally pointless because it boosts your defense by 60%
when you're at 20% or lower health, but by the time you're at 20% or lower, the defense isn't going to stop you getting one shot at anyway.
Yeah,
Like majority of cases, the defense will do nothing to help you. Plus, as soon as you take an Estus Flash, you instantly lose that defense bonus and you become squishy again.
yeah, exactly. So
So it's not really worth it. I mean, Ring of Steel Protection is alright, but
it's not even.
no, it has its uses, but it's not worth using when you can just put on Havel's ring and wear more armour, or put on the Ring of Favour and have more health, or
So here's a soul packet.
yeah, no ring will ever be as useless as the Tiny Beings ring.
Yeah, always remember to wear the Tiny Beings ring.
Oh yeah, best ring in the game.
It was actually meant to give you 10% extra health, so it would have been as good as Mask of the Mother, but clearly what it seems to give you is 1% extra
Yeah.
health.
Or 10 health.
Or 10 health. As far as I'm aware, it does seem to be 1%. It's really nothing.
Nah, it's not even worth it.
Now, earlier on, if you came here, like, the game is sort of hints that you can come here much earlier than what we were at, simply because, you know,
It's an open valley down.
yeah, and if you looked at the size of the soul packet that we
Yeah.
got, it was actually quite small. But these blue golems would have been much harder with like earlier on in the game, but with the +5 halberd, they're so easy. Now the blue golems can also drop blue Titanite, which is used for upgrading weapons to like the magic element
Yeah.
or enchanted.
Should probably mention as well, there is a rim on this basin where if you
Yeah.
step too far you fall into the deep, so just be careful because you will die instantly. Also, what we done there with the menu was switch to a rusted iron ring because we want to keep our mobility up. Because the more heads you pull off of the Hydra, the more inaccurate the Hydra becomes and ends up missing you by like a mile.
Yeah. So if you look,
There is
now,
a rim. You can just make out a slight difference in shading. Will show the rim to the surface, and the Hydra's in the deep end.
turning the contrast up on your TV may help for that. So you'll be able to see
Yeah.
darker over the
It
light
is.
slightly.
It is literally only a case of shadows that separate it.
Now I'm pretty sure I end up killing the Hydra without killing all its heads, simply because I do so much damage to each
Yeah.
head with the
On one poke at each head.
yeah. But you really need to be careful because of
Yeah,
that.
look, that's how close we
yeah.
are to the edge there. And also, every time you kill the Hydra, every time you take down a Hydra's head, for some reason they move further back, and they just miss a lot more. So you just barely clipped that one, but thankfully,
Yeah. Like
only one more head to go.
discovering
before
the
it's dead.
running attacks for the halberd are probably the best running attacks in the game. For
Yeah.
aside from the Great Scythe, which has definitely the best running attack in the game. But I saw a GIF of a guy that managed to not kill the Hydra, but it didn't have any heads. So
Yeah,
that is a possibility.
you just have to pick at it from range. At
So
that point.
yeah, we got the Dusk Crown ring, and what we're going to do is we're going to
Quit and reload so that the golden crystal golem will spawn, and then after we kill it, we're going to quit and reload again so that the armor set will spawn, and then we're going to go and summon Dusk and get our cast light.
yeah. So
Sorcerer.
initially I thought that you had to be alive to do this, but it turns out that it really is just quitting out and coming back.
Yeah, you don't have to be human to use Dusk, because for those of you who don't know, Dusk of Illucio is a vendor, but she's the only vendor in the game who you have to get via a summon sign. The summon sign appears just where the rock is, at the edge of the lake during the Hydra fight, where the knight's armor set is. The summon sign appears around there. After you've summoned Dusk, the summon sign moves from the front of the rock round to quite literally the front of the water, where it makes it a little bit more difficult to see. But you don't have to be human to summon.
So there's
you
the
can be in
gold,
hollow form.
the gold golem that she is in, and you should be
Yep.
able to see her in the little the giant spike on its head. You should,
Yeah.
if you look close enough, she should be inside it.
It's always golden golems that people are inside, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I just remembered Sieglind of Katarina's in a gold golem in the Dukes.
Yep.
So yeah, you can just make out Dusk's dress there in the top of it, and then she will plummet out of nowhere.
And there she is.
So you just talk to Dusk, and then you're going to want to quit and reload.
Most gracious, I am deeply obliged. I
Blah
am
blah blah
Dusk
blah.
of Willis.
So yeah,
I come
she's
from
been
an age long before thine.
says here she's coming from an age long before thine. So basically saying that she's not from this time.
This is also the
But this
precursor
is-
to the DLC quest
Yeah.
as well. So you need to
Uh,
do this to do the DLC.
I thought this was a little bit of a pain though, considering she's like, I'm not in a time that's the same as yours, and that I come from a time far before.
Would this be
What does that even mean when they say I come from a time in Dark Souls?
Thanks.
What do you mean?
I am pleased
I think it's just-
Time pretty much doesn't exist in Dark Souls.
Yeah, I mean it does seem to be some sort of like weird infinite concept, but this
It
could
exists in the sense that there is day and there is night, except there isn't day and there's night. There's light areas and dark areas.
yeah. So now we're going to quit out and come back in again, and what that should do is make her armor appear. So yeah, telling you that you don't need to be human for this is quite helpful, because the IGN guide says that you need to be human. So when you killed the Hydra, you had to make sure you were
IGN
human.
also give Call of Duty a 10 out of 10 on a regular basis. Don't trust a word they fucking say.
But the IGN guide was actually okay for the first guide. That
Yeah, it was good at telling you which area to go to next. It was bad at telling you anything
fuck, where's
else.
her armor?
You need to talk to her first.
Do you?
I'm sure you need to summon her to get her armor, yeah, because it's always showed up behind the portal to the DLC for me. And you can see the knights set in the distance that you've not picked up.
Yeah. So once we do this, we are then going to go to Darkroot Gardens via the back route. Again, we wanted to show you this because we did in a later video, in Darkroot Gardens video, we went to Darkroot Garden and we opened up the Seal of Artorias. So we went in through the front way. So we want to go in through the back way and leave through the front way. That way it's going to give you a greater understanding of the actual layout and what the actual map does, essentially. So here's Ulysseo's summon sign. Now, we do
Yeah.
actually want to buy some stuff off her at this point.
Yeah,
Um,
we only want to get cast Light Miracle. I think we
well,
pick up a few
sorcery.
other utility spells.
I think we buy a couple,
I
whatever.
am Dusk of
But
Elysium.
she's basically the vendor that
It's an
summons
honour
the
to see thee
summons
again.
sells the
I
utility
shall
spells.
follow thy
Yeah.
wishes.
You need at least 14 intelligence to use any of these, by the way. She gives you the proper bow gesture, which is, of course, but Hidden Body is just a ring of fog. Cast Light sends light up above you. Repair repairs the weapon in your right hand. Chameleon turns you into a nearby object. And what was the last one again? It was there.
If thou art in
I don't know.
need,
Oh well,
Pray
fuck it, it's not
summon me
important. I've
again.
never bought it.
I only wish to be of some genuine assistance.
Might have been.
May the flames
I don't even
guide
know.
thee.
Oh, I think it was like no, it wasn't. Shit, I don't know. But hidden weapon.
Hidden Weapon, that's the one. Yeah, I never use Hidden Weapon. Although Hidden Weapon is fun to use in multiplayer when you're using giant weapons, because of how slow they are, people tend to go for the parry, but it's difficult to parry if you can't see the weapon.
Yeah.
So it looks like you're going to swing his Y-hander and it's actually a Demon's Great Club.
So now we're off to get our armor. Running.
Should also state that Hidden Body and Hidden Weapon are buffs, which means that you cannot combine, like you can't combine Hidden Weapon with a Dark Moon Blade or anything like that. You can't combine Hidden Body with Power Within or with Camouflage or anything like that. That
Yeah.
can be done.
You also can't combine Power Within with Tranquil Walk of Peace, which I learned
Exactly.
the hard way, and I was so gutted with that.
I think it's more. I think it's to do with the fact that Tranquil Walk of Peace applies a debuff AOE, but in order to make sure you don't fall victim to it, it gives you an anti-buff against it.
Maybe.
So the buff would then counteract with Power Within, and then shit would go
I think it's
wrong,
just.
probably.
I think it's also just. It's actually more along.
Balancing.
It classes itself as a self buff, and you can only have one. Self
And
buff.
how broken would you be with a Dark Moon Blade, Sunlight Blade, Crystal Magic weapon, whatever weapon in the game you want, with Tranquil Walk of Peace, Wrath of God, and a fucking Power Within on you at the same time?
Yeah.
It'd be kinda broken, wouldn't it?
Just a bit. Okay, so we're gonna go up these.
You can't escape my amazing 300% damage buff.
I think it's about 5,000% damage buff at this point.
Whatever it is, it's meant. Oh, I probably win the Red Tearstone ring just to be safe as well.
Just to be safe.
Just to make sure that you're going to get that one hit kill against anyone.
Anything.
Against everything combined at once. Like that one time we blasted the imp to hell.
Blew it out of existence.
Oh yeah, that was fun. Just sort of, its pixels just rained down off the edge of Anor Londo into Sen's Fortress.
So,
So yeah, after climbing that miraculously long and completely unnecessarily long ladder,
yeah.
I mean they could have just gave you a lift.
So here's what I consider to be the most bullshit part of Dark Souls. That stupid tiny ledge, which it's not even something like that makes the game difficult. That is just like, oh well, if we make a small ledge, someone might fall off it, and then we can I mean, the game's already hard enough without
Yeah.
stupid shit like that.
Without the developers going, haha, we got you in the background.
Yeah.
Haha, we got American boy. Alright, so that way leads to Darkroot, where Alvina and the Forest Protector Covenant reside.
Yeah, so this way, yeah, like you said, but this is essentially the area that we were in the last Darkroot video. So this is us in the front entrance, essentially, to the Sith area.
Yeah. But we're not going to go this way. We're going to go across the water because we're going to take on cats that have crocodile teeth.
Yeah, these are again some of the hardest enemies in the game because they're just so fucking fast. They're really meant like it's
Their
it's
attack
these-
pattern's interesting. I really like their attack moves.
Really?
They're different from. How the fuck did that ant get there?
I don't know. And not only that, it then does this attack, and I'm just like, oh fuck off. So yeah, killed that thing, but
I really like their attack animations. I think it's cool. Like how they roll at you and the croc teeth and shit. Yeah, this attack, I think that's awesome.
so the easy way to kill these things is essentially they don't attack you past this point. So
Yeah, they're
you-
very territorial, these animals.
try and bait one out, and then
Which
come.
isn't easy. After you kill one, the next two both drop down regardless of whether you've aggroed them or not, by the way.
Yeah, and then you just drop down into that little sort of ledge area, and then they'll both stop attacking and move back during
You
that.
can
period to
just
hit them.
run past them. If you run straight ahead, you'll go into more tree line where the cats can't make it through. And there's a Soul of a Proud Knight round there as well, I think it is.
So yeah, I mean, look how quickly they managed to get there.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure just use Chaos Pyromancy to fuck them up. I actually think they kill me, and then I have to come back and do this. And if that's the case, we'll just speed that bit up. But
Yeah, I really hope you don't have to come back.
yeah, me neither. Hopefully I'm good enough.
I think you do, because you ran out of flasks for Sif. Implying that you need flasks for Sif, because he's not easy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you forgot there was a second one, didn't you?
Yeah, fucking shat myself at that point. I was like, what the fuck?
What is this?
So yeah, I mean, you can see how much great pyromancy it takes to kill one of these things.
Yeah.
So
These are great fireballs and great chaos fireballs and lightning plus 5 halberds.
so that's him dead. I didn't die. I must have died in the guide build, but not test build, not guide build. But yeah, so off we go. The rest is easy. There's the whole load of mushroom men and little mushroom men.
Yeah, none of which will aggro you if you stay away from them.
So we get
Larsoul Brave Warrior.
Souls of Souls, and
It's a Larsoul of a Brave Warrior, so it's more than a Proud
now
Knight.
down there at that bridge is that will lead you to Sif, but there's still a few items that we need to get before we're going to go take on
Yep,
Sif.
Like
So
the stone armour, the what do you call it? Is it the enchanted one that's here?
I think it is that or the great. No, it's not great magic. It is enchanted. So
I
yeah.
love seeing these guys fight.
So you can see the mushroom men do an irritatingly high amount of damage.
Yeah, they knock you the fuck out.
And the little mushroom men won't attack
And they
you.
also knock you back, which is also fun. So we're just luring them away from the chest because there is no reason to fight them.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
the enchanted
Ember.
ember. So now you want to get out of here. You don't actually need that because you get an enchanted falchion later on in the game and you can just upgrade it, and the enchanted falchion is one of the best enchanted weapons.
Yeah, the falchion is really good. So
And the enchanted falchion in particular, because it's got such high scaling.
so another thing to point out is that the stone armor can be gotten really easily during the last Dark Group video. We should have got the stone armor, and we should have got the that crystal wizard, but we wanted to show it in the areas itself,
Yeah.
as opposed to just getting it regardless. So yeah, what we're going to do is
We
we're gonna-
didn't actually plan to come into this area, come to think of it, because usually they lose aggro at the front of this door. So we weren't planning on actually
Yeah.
going that far back. We didn't think about grabbing the stone armor until we were coming up through Sif. You don't actually need it anyway until like the end fight and maybe the Four Kings actually.
yeah,
Are two of the best places to use it. Oh yeah, remember you'd run through, rest at the bonfire, and then run back.
yeah, and then we'll go and kill Sif, which
Easy.
yeah, like we upgraded pyromancy. Sif is such a walk in the park. I remember doing Sif round about level 40 because the first playthrough I didn't want to over level because I wanted to summon people,
Yeah.
which I ended up kind of fucking myself over. I ended up completing the game at like level 40, and I was like,
Oh yeah, what was that knight doing up there?
oh, I had no idea.
Yeah, just even though you rest at the bonfire, he just somehow reset in the door.
It might be like one of those enemies that aren't affected by it.
What, like the Black Knight in the catacombs? Or in the not the catacombs, the
I know what you mean. Well, just the Black Knights aren't affected.
yeah, Tomb of Giants.
Oh man, that was so annoying.
Oh, it's good, but it was funny.
So
A
kind
good laugh.
yeah, right, good laugh.
As you get fucked in the catacombs as the Black Knight just out of nowhere.
Was that in this?
Yeah, no,
Like-
it was test, I'm sure.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, no, it was definitely test because we completely fucked the Tomb of the Giants. The Tomb of the Giants is I don't think anyone had this easy a time. Although
Nah, it was definitely much easier this time around than compared to the last time I done it myself anyway.
I did see a person do a speed run of Tomb of the Giants, and he actually took a shortcut that we didn't even know about, and it really irritated me because it isn't in the video.
We don't need to worry about shortcuts though, because we were grabbing every item. It was our main objective. I do know all the shortcuts for Tomb of the Giants.
You would know
Like-
about this one.
I'm fair. Is it anything to do with the first podiums? Like as soon as you come up from the bonfire, you just run straight because there's one where you can drop off behind the skeleton archer. There's a shortcut right down there. There's a hole in the middle. You can run off towards the right and get the shortcut down that way as well. I know all of the shortcuts in
No,
Tomb of the
it was
Giants.
a shortcut which, you know how you have to go down the slope and then through the hole
Yeah.
to get to get out to the bit where it's light again to
Mhm.
towards Needle. He just jump onto this thing and then just rolled off it and then suddenly was there. Like, it literally took him all like 10 seconds to run through it.
Yeah, I know what one you're talking about. Tomb of the Giants was my most hated area in this game. I literally wanted to spend as little time as possible in it. I hate it. And then I didn't realise that was back before I knew how good the Cast Light Miracle was.
Yeah.
Oh, it was mental.
So yeah, Cast Light, just nothing.
We should have really took on Sif with Cast Light just because we could.
So yeah, you want to just come up to the sword.
Funny thing here is, if you do the DLC before you take on Sif, you have a different opening scene animation, because in the DLC, you know, Sif's got an involvement in DLC. The opening scene of this fight, right here, Sif just growls at you and he jumps down, grabs his sword, etc. And the other scene, he actually knocks you back and you're lying on your back, Sif standing over the top of you, and he just sniffs at you, backs away, bows, and then picks up his sword, and then you get ready for the fight.
Yeah, he reluctantly fights you. Now,
yeah.
Sif is easy except from one attack, and we'll point it out when he does it. What he will do is he will do a swingy attack which will hit you once, but he does one where he hits you and then he'll spin round and then try and hit you again.
That one?
No, not that one. That one's fine. Point out when it's the only attack that you need to really look out for. I think it might have been that one, because if you block it the first time, you generally don't have enough stamina to
block it
the next. So
that as well, if you're standing in front of him and he does that, you better hope you've got tons of stamina. You're just not timing your roll with this
really
right at all, are you?
But again, it just goes to show you that the best thing to do with Sif is just get close to him. If you're under his legs, he just can't hit you. So just run up to him and just stay close, and then just blast your pyromancy at him.
Yeah, you're going to have a really easy time with this if you took the halberd as well, because you can two-hand heavy underneath him. You'll hit all 4 of his legs and you'll hit him twice as well, which is fantastic.
Another reason why the halberd's great. So we're just going to Great Combustion now.
Yeah, because we're doing like 320 damage a hit, so we may as well just get a couple of hits in.
With a fully upgraded Pyromancy Flame, you're doing so much damage.
Yeah, you're going to be doing about 450 to him with a Great Combustion, as opposed to us who are doing 320. Doesn't sound like a lot, but that's an extra third damage. That is a lot of damage. An extra 30% damage added on is a lot.
So I mean, look at all the Great Combustions that we just fired off there. It does so much damage. Again, just getting close, just
run at him with your shield up so you can roll as soon as he goes to swing, get underneath him, hit him with your Pyromancy. He's a really easy fight. And you just smash him in the snout with a fireball.
Yeah.
Also, when he gets down to low health, he starts limping around and his attacks become like really weak.
Yep.
It's pretty cool. It's an interesting dynamic to give a boss, although it does cripple him when he gets under 10% health.
Yeah.
Under 10% is literally like...
So you get Solar Sif. Now Solar Sif can be used to make the Great Shield of Artorias, where you upgrade a plus 10 shield, I think. And then it can also be used to make the Cleansing Great Sword.
No. You can make the Great Sword of Artorias, which is the standard one, or you can make the Cursed Great Sword of Artorias. It's the Soul of Artorias that makes the Abyss Sword. And you pick up the Cleansing Great Shield in the DLC from Sif.
Whoa.
You use his soul to make the 2 Artorias swords, the cursed one and the non-cursed one, and the Great Shield of Artorias. Or you consume it for, is it 40,000? Or you can sell it to Framp for 1,600.
No, you can also make the Cursed Sword with it as well.
No, you can't. The cursed sword is the soul of Artorias. Is Artorias' soul for beating him in the DLC. You get his soul.
No, there's 2 swords and 2 shields.
There's 3 swords. There's the normal Artorias sword, and then there's the cursed Artorias sword, and then there's the Abyss version of it.
Oh.
The Cleansing Great Shield that you're thinking of, you pick up in the Catacombs of the Abyss.
Then, well, you can use his soul for one of the swords, or 2 of them, I don't know.
Two of them, you can get the standard one, which does a little bit of magic damage on top of it, or you can get the cursed one, which is all physical, but it's cursed, so you can hit ghosts and block their attacks with it and stuff like that, or you can just save yourself the effort and make a transient curse.
Yeah.
How are you having so much trouble with these guys?
I don't know, it was probably about 4 in the morning when we done this.
Yeah, I suppose probably.
Almost certainly. Yeah, I mean, it did take us, 3 weeks of constant recording, basically.
Yeah.
So we get the Faris cap, I think.
Yeah.
I mean, I really fucking hope we do.
Yeah, we get the cap and the bow.
I think I'm going for that one now, actually.
Yeah, that's why we're killing all of these guys. It's really easy with a +5 halberd.
Yeah, because things just drop.
Yeah, I mean, you do so much damage because you get like 250 physical on top of 280 lightning damage or something like that. +5 is mental. You're hitting easily for 500, 600 damage a hit, so...
So one more hit and this guy and he'll go down. Don't know why I healed there, that was fucking stupid.
Yeah, it was a little stupid, considering you have no poise.
So that's him down. No, he's not down. Oh, what do you know? Now he's down. There
Why
we
do I
go.
seem to remember you having a particularly hard time with this Faris?
I guess we'll see if that's true or not.
That might have been Sam.
Where is it?
Faris would be up there on the right. Up near where that item is.
It's not an aim.
No, isn't it?
It's a little light thing.
Oh, right. The
Oh,
Faris
there
is
it is, up there.
Yeah. I hate Faris. Not only does Faris attack, well, this isn't even Faris,
Yeah.
this is a female, but yet Faris is male. So whoever's wearing Faris's hat is a pain in the arse, because not only are they invisible, they attack you from range, which makes it impossible to locate them unless you get lucky.
Yeah. Well, or you know it's in this area, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, they only dropped Faris's cap and the Black Boar Faris as well, I think, maybe.
Mhm. Yep, should drop both of them.
Oh my, yeah, you're right, I was getting a fucking time out of this. Okay, that's her down, and we get the stuff. Humanity, bow, Faris cap, and now...
So Black Boa Faris is the best bow in the game for dex builds because it's got S scale and dexterity. Faris's hat doesn't offer much in the way of defense or anything like that. It's essentially just a light headpiece.
And it's good for dressing up as Indiana Jones. Really shat myself there because he'd have killed me if that went through. Probably.
Alright, I killed you if you had full health when that attack went through. This guy's mental. The bandit is so much more powerful than any of the other ones.
Let's not get ahead of ourselves here. The two knights are obviously more powerful.
The two knights are piss easy to parry, but they've got claymores.
Yeah, but I'm shit at parrying. You need to remember that.
Yeah, I forget you're not good at this game.
I'm good at PvE, shop. Sorry.
You can't even parry. That makes you mediocre at PvE at best.
Okay, so that's
Good at PvE is pulling off a parry maybe, and like maybe a 7 out of 10 basis you get a parry, but that's you good at PvE. To be amazing at PvE is knowing how to parry every end of the game, knowing exactly where to hit them.
Anyway,
As if it makes a difference.
that's the end of that video. We're off to
Yep.
Painting Bob right now to grind up our souls using the technique, which will be in the next video or the previous video, whatever I decide on. But yeah, if you enjoyed that, rate, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in part 15,
See
which
you guys
is I think it's the catacombs next.
Yeah, it must be. See you guys later.
See you.